What's up, everyone? This is Sir Rule 1986 with the House of Insanity coming back in. If you're a first time viewer, welcome. If you're returning from the small bit of subscribers I have, welcome back. You need more admittance to the House of Insanity just like I do because we're all insane here. We're not going anywhere, so embrace the insanity. So today I wanted to kind of chime in here on with a nice, good question for everyone. So let me know in the comments and on your thoughts on my topic that I want to discuss. Did AGS actually screw up with New World? Because I mean, it's a great game. It's wonderful. But with the recent developments over the past couple of days, actually, I should say past couple months, it's kind of gotten into the factor of me wondering, did they actually screw up on with the factor of the server merge? Because you have a lot of returning players, you have more new players coming in, and hell, you even right now, currently, if you haven't given New World a try, give it a try because hell, it's on sale currently right now on Steam Store for half off. The deluxe edition is like 30, and the standard edition is like 15. So I mean, it's worth the money. I love the game. But one thing that I'm looking at with the developers is that they kind of screwed up. And yeah, it's to save money a little bit, but we're dealing with Amazon here, so Amazon's got plenty of money to throw around. And the unpredictability of the MMO genre. You have people that come and go a lot. They come, say that there's nothing to do in the game because they've no life rust end game content. I mean, you have that in every single MMO. You have that in Warcraft. You have that in 14. You have that in RuneScape. Back when RuneScape was number one. Star Wars, and the list just goes on and on and on. So, saying they've had the great numbers show up with people logged on a lot. You only had a server capacity of 2,000 to 2,200 people, which they have announced that they're going to fix that. They're going to increase that to like 2,500 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on the number, but they said they are going to be increasing the amount of people be able to log on at once. Because you also had during this time as well, you had holidays, especially over the past 3 days. Let's just say this: we had the end of the summer medley fair. Also, last week we had the announcement of the Great Sword and the expansion into the Brimstone Sands. So a lot of people are excited for that. The launch of the PTR, which I haven't delved into the PTR yet, so I don't know what's going to go on with it. And I've seen like stuff with on New World Database with the Great Sword, and kind of didn't really look into the perks yet, but I'm going to. With the Great Sword, especially for the fact that the tank stands back and forth. But that's over a different video, so let's get right back on topic here real quick. So like I said, with the unpredictability of the MMO genre, you've had a lot of games that come up and have more servers. And yeah, they originally did have a lot more servers, but they also didn't express, didn't predict well enough that this would happen. Because yeah, they server merged because people weren't be able to do all the content and whatnot. And did they merge too many servers? Most likely, because you've had a queue over the weekend because the summer medley fair was ending yesterday. And then before that, you had literally a server queue. You would sit there on the weekend with a queue of unknown. Literally, the time was unknown because you'd sit at one and you'd sit at one for 20 minutes. And we had about 3,000 people sitting in queue to get in. And Some people were saying 30 minutes. Some people were saying 2.5 hours before they got in. And I was sitting there, and I was even sitting there watching Global Chat saying, I'll sell my spot. No. No. Yeah, no. But I digress. But yeah, with a server queue sitting at over 1,000 people, and you don't know what number you're at, it's one thing they need to fix with the bug. It's like, do they know how to count? Do they need Count Chocolate to count? Need count the count from Sesame Street to come count? 1, ha ha ha. 2, ha ha ha. 3, ah ah ah. 3's the magic number. But again, I digress. So, yeah, like I said also earlier, with the factor, after all this stuff that they had happen, because even now, it's 2 o'clock where I live at right now, there's going to be a small server queue because of how many people are coming back from work and whatnot. Because with the server being on US East, which if you want to come play with us, great, wonderful. We're on US East or Ofina. And we're not planning on moving, and I'll get to that in a minute. Because there's another big announcement that they kind of say, let's cover up their mistake, but this is also one little tiny leap in what needs to happen a little further down the road. Because it's still new. You're also still dealing with a team that's only been around for now, say, coming up to a year fully. And they have a great design, a great game. It can do really great things. But you're going to have these surge of waves. Now, if they do this, say if they bring out the more servers, you're going to also end up having people coming in and wanting like cross server. And that's actually kind of not a bad idea. For like what I'm doing right now here is OPR. OPR cross server, that would be great. Because especially you'd have different people, you'd not see the same people over and over again, because literally I've had one person in OPR kill me again and hunt me down in the next match. So it's like, give people a chance to actually see other people and probably other playstyles to see how other people do instead of the same old rinse and repeat stuff. Because I literally have sat there before and gotten to an OPR and gotten out of an OPR, and people are complaining about the factor of how many dexterity users are in there, or how many melees were in there, or how many healers. Did you get that in any kind of form and sense? So yeah. But again, I digress. Now, with what I was getting into with the factor of the server stuff, because right here, tomorrow, they're actually starting to launch new servers. Here's the answer to their problem. Give it a minute. It's great. It's wonderful that they're bringing back a couple servers, but there was only one per 3 regions. You got Eden for US East, South America, Atlantis, and then you also got Central Europe, Faye. So it's good. Yeah, they've answered back with 3 servers. What's the incentives of going over to those new servers without people actually going over there, with taking their 60s that they can't play and start a whole entire new character? Because these servers, they're going to fill up fast. That's one thing I will say, is that they will fill up fast. And we'll be back to square one. Now, because even with, they're also saying about the factor of increasing the server capacity, which is great. More people on at once, wonderful. But are we going to have our next big event is probably not going to be up until October. So again, you're going to be behind a little bit with getting people to keep together. But you have still, all the numbers are green from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've talked to with you people. So we'll see on how this happens. If we still have a server queue because of this, hell, Eden might even come up with the server queue as well. So if they increase it to say about 2,500 to 3,000 people online at once, wonderful. That's more people to play with. But it won't fix also the other problem they need to address is fixing the actual login queue number, which is literally showing either you be number 1 or you be number 600 in queue. Because past couple of nights we've been watching the server queue times, and it literally has been 600 plus people when it's sitting right about 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and you're sitting at a queue of 600 people trying to get on because the server is full. So, so to answer my question in all of this, if you're still watching, great. Made one video. Yay, let's celebrate. So did AGS screw up? Yes and no. Because in the sense that they have a great game is the factor of no, because you're going to get this, and it's still going to have problems in the future too of trying to keep the populace in your game and on time and filled up and happy, which a lot of people will be happy. Some of them won't. You still have the trolls. You still have the people that wanted a down shot. I mean, hell, take a look at Warcraft 14, Star Wars, all that. They all have the plus people, and then they also have all the negative Nancys. And right now, a lot of people still are negative Nancy with New World because of their kind of screw ups left and right, no content, or what they say is no content, but they don't want to do the content that is there because I mean you got OPR, yeah, it's PvP, but there's also PvE elements in there. You also have the normal grind too of the gypsum stuff at 60. You can go. You got the crafting and gathering. Yes, if you're not a crafter or gatherer, so what? I mean, hell, this game is not friendly to a person with ADD or ADHD or someone that's over compulsive like me. Because we see shiny, we go get shiny. And you walk 2 feet, you can't walk 2 feet without running to said shiny. So, yeah. But in the yes factor of did AGS screw up because of the factor I am sort of split right between the middle. Again, I digress and go back to my topic and my question since I still haven't fully answered it. The no part is the game is great. It's wonderful. There's a lot of improvements that can be made. So, and now going into the yes side, which one of them, the more servers, which they're answering that call a little bit with 3 new servers overall in certain areas. Do they need to put a little bit more out there with server wise? Yes, kind of they do. Meaning one in US Central, one in US West. However, they have all split up. I didn't really look into it when I first started up the game. I said, what server are we on? Or Athena? Great. Okay, pop over to US East. Boom, pow, boom. In. And also, they're also increasing the number of people be able to log on. So, that you're also going to end up, again, like I said earlier in the video, you're going to end up with people not be able to play with shorter pop servers. So, you're just going to need to handle the unpredictability that is the MMO genre. You have people that will come and go all the time, and you can't stop it as much as you want to. But when you got something big like what's coming up in October, you're going to have a lot of people come back to prepare for it because you need to be, is from what I'm hearing, that people aren't going to take you for a pug wise uh, unless you're full 625, fully warded, and everything else for the new stuff because they want to be overgeared. They want to get it done quick. They want it now. Um, so I'm also looking forward to it because apparently with and if you don't know him, let him hop over and go see him. Work the game, Brian Ginger Prime on YouTube. Great guy. I've been hanging out with him on Fridays over on stream, and then sometimes actually more than that too. Hanging out, chilling on New World and whatnot for his community tonight, and he's literally said about cross server play would be great. You also have cross server play that would fix it for the people that play on the low pop servers, able to get access to OPR, over access to 3v3s, and you'd also end up seeing different people and not the same people in certain aspects of the game that is instant, that is coming up on. But yeah, I would say enough of my idle ramblings, but let me know what you guys think if you haven't made it to this point in the video. Did AGS actually screw up back with the server merge? Because then they also had the medley fair going on, the announcement of the Brimstone Sands October update coming up, which we didn't know the exact date. Now we actually still don't know the exact date, but we'll at least know the month. So looking more and more forward to that. And because the influx of people coming back, they're doing another answer to it and a couple more answers to come up along the way. So we will see how things turn out. But thank you again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. This is Sir Rule with the House of Insanity signing out. Adios.